I've made this link tree so it's easier for you guys to get into contact with me. If you want to find out more about the course, it's over on my Buy Me a Beer. If you want to simply get into contact with me, it's over on my crypto Twitter or my crypto Instagram. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lou Crypto, and we are going to discuss Bitcoin today on a daily time frame and this insane pump out of nowhere. Were we just coming back down to this 20 for the continuation of this trend? This is what we're going to be discussing today. But yeah, we had a diamond pattern or rounding top or whatever you want to call it, signaling to come back down to about 25k, and look, it's just reversed and pretty much invalidated that pattern. Okay, so trading's all about validation points and invalidation points. So I'm going to draw this diamond pattern. I didn't draw it yesterday, but I did show you the technical target, and that would just be like from here to there, and you put it on the breakout, which would have been that red candle, and now signaling to come back to 25k over here. So that's why we were saying that. We also had a rising wedge like this, which we broke out of. Can you see that rising wedge there? Let me just get rid of that. We had a rising wedge. Could we just be retesting it, still go lower? So what I would say is that it's incredible that Bitcoin is building like this, but eventually you're going to get these traps out the window. I say traps because if this is actually a bull market, we will keep seeing bearish patterns fail. And the first time we ever saw that was down here, because when you lose a support that was 5 months long, and we break down, we're coming back up to it to test it as resistance. And so from that point where we actually saw bearish candlesticks and sell signals, we should be selling, right, to expect lower lows, because we just lost this 5 month support, and then randomly it found a higher low over here. Pretty much probably because if we measure this move up and go about halfway, about halfway over here, let me just draw the fibs because it's a golden pocket, it's about 60%. So yeah, there we go, 60%. So halfway was about there, as we just said. At the 0.5 and then 0.618, and that's why we found support there. So in reality, we changed the path that it should have gone on. In actual fact, guys, we should have gone way beyond this and head down to the next targets down here, 14, 13, 12. These were our next targets for Bitcoin, but by finding support here, you're putting in a higher low. This is not a downtrend. So if we want to continue with an uptrend, let's make a higher high above this. Boom. We did so, and we reclaimed 18.6k. I said we're not in the clear yet when we reclaimed it. I said I want to see us actually taking out this high, because all this reclaim is saying is that we want to go to the high. We got to the high, and then we had this nasty dump with this M pattern, another bearish pattern that actually, as we see, did not pan out. And this is simply because we were above the FTX capitulation, and that price was here at 21.5k. So by staying above 21 or just getting above it, you're invalidating further downside, because this was a low, lower high. This high is here, is lower than the last. So we should just continue with our downtrend. After a lower high, we should get a lower low below this low, and we put in a higher low. So now take out this high. You've got the first higher high, but we need to keep doing that. Let's keep taking out lower highs. Boom, we did that. Then we put in a higher high, and we've done that again in actually breaking out of the whole range in itself. But as I explained in yesterday's update, the key level that we can't lose is 21.5k. I know we have a deviation over here that lasted 4 days. But again, it took 1 whole month or a month and a half to create this bearish pattern. And when we broke out, it invalidated itself within 4 days of the breakout. So the breakout was 1, then down here we had a hammer, 2, and then we had an engulfing, 3, and then we just continued after the engulfing. 4 candles it took to just break out and then validate and then invalidate itself. And so we are always going to be creating these bearish patterns. And one thing that I took from my 4 years experience in the last bull market and bear market is that certain price structures will work in certain market conditions. And this is what I go in depth detail in my course, and especially my one-to-one mentorship, as that's the more personalized and most up-to-date. And again, there is one slot available. So if you want to take action, go to my link tree in the top right corner or in the description down below, and you can find my links to my Twitter and my Instagram, or you can go over on my Buy Me a Beer link. You can do that, buy me a beer if you want, but there is more information on the course and the mentorship there, more details on the course there. Otherwise, you can just message me. Now that we're here on the 4 hour time frame, we can take a closer look with the Fibonacci's. What I will do is measure from the highest point to the lowest. And in actual fact, after dumping down to this price, we should retrace into here for continuation lower. But the fibs are a good tool because it prepares you for the opposite way. And so I'll be looking at 30k and 32k as my targets now that Bitcoin has actually reclaimed 28,000. This is very key that we reclaimed 28,000. So now going forward, we need to maintain this level. So now we just at all costs on the 4-hour time frame just need to consistently stay above this level, which we've now done for one 4-hour period. And this will be our second in 1.5 hours. So that would be 8 hours above this. Well, if we're talking in terms of 4 hour, obviously we started the fourth hour, the first hour of the fourth over here. So yeah, let's actually zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the fifth 1 hour candle above. So yeah, let's now see some consistency. Can we see over here how in the last few days we had this dump back down to our support? We were looking for these targets down to 25k because it broke out of the ascending triangle over here. Sorry, not ascending triangle, the rising wedge. Can we see how we were holding it as support, and then we retested it perfectly over here? Another crazy wick over there, perfect retest as resistance, and then coming back down to our range lower over here at about 26,700. And let me just get rid of this now, and you can see as we zoom in, that was actually defended very well. Can we see the wick bounces? So we bounced off with a wick. We had an exact body candle closing over here, 26.7, and we also had wicks and bodies closing above. So we had bearish patterns setting up here. You can say descending triangle or whatever, and you actually broke out but invalidated it. Computer doesn't like recording today for some reason. But yeah, we held that key support. We actually broke out of the resistance, which was also the 20, and reclaimed the 200. Now this is the 1 hour, so yeah, is a bit inaccurate compared to the higher time frames, but we can see that we invalidated this downtrend. So that was like a deviation, and so that's why the lower time frames, we can see this is saying this holding up the uptrend, but you lost it. So now saying it's a downtrend, but you stopped here, which was holding the uptrend. So yeah, this is why I don't really like uptrending lines, and that's what this 200 EMA is. Can you see it's like an uptrending line? It's pretty much this green line. It's just moving with it, but it's not taking into consideration that this down here is still support. So although yes, losing the 200 and this uptrend line is saying yeah, you're in a downtrend now, but it's not taking into consideration the higher time frame things. And so yeah, we never lost this key area of support, 26.7k. So now that we've actually reclaimed those moving averages, saying that we're in an uptrend, we need to now go and tackle the key resistance, saying that no, this is not an uptrend. In actual fact, we should just pump into this area after bottoming out down here and then continuing lower. But as we see, it wasn't the case. We've broken now above, and now we create the golden, confirmed that we've pushed through the golden pocket, trying to create the reverse where we have. Now we just need to maintain this level, the 20 EMA sitting there. So even if we do fall, that's saying no, this should act as support unless we fall through it, of course. But yeah, now that we are above this golden pocket, all of these targets should be met. Scale up to the weekly time frame. These are the levels that we've been talking about on the channel, as if we measure from the high to the low over here, we've been calling for 32 to 40k here on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe and comment if you want to take action on the course or the mentorship. The course is now down to £90 until the end of the first week of April, just to help people out. And I have one mentorship slot, so please do message me over on my link tree. You'll find my Insta and Twitter links. Thank you guys. There's a link tree in the comment section or the description down below, or even in the top right corner. You can just click it over here somewhere, and yeah, it can take you to my crypto Twitter, Instagram, where you can private message me. If you want to actually just take action on the course or the mentorship without talking to me, head over to my Buy Me a Bit. Now, bring up a page looking like this. You can even get one single mentorship session anyway, but all the details that you need here, you get 10 sessions, and here you get 30 plus videos, 6-hour course, and yeah, all the information you need is over here.